Hi guys, karibuni kwenye Malezi Bora. This is Mom's Story of the Day with me, Juliet. And leo tuko na amazing mom of 3, anaitwa Jade. Tumeamua kumtembelea, tutammeet hapa kwa hao yake. And she has a very amazing story and an encouragement to many, especially the single moms out there, just to make this parenting journey a smooth one. So, join me. Just waiting.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, thanks.
Good to see you.
See, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Wow.
No, just come in, come
Thank you,
in.
thank you. Oh, is your day?
Not bad. Hope you
Yeah.
don't mind being on
It's
barefoot.
nice. Yeah, I feel more relaxed.
Karibu, karibu.
Asante sana. Such a nice house.
Is it? We thank God. Welcome.
Thank you so
Welcome
much.
to my home.
Malezi Bora leo tumeamua tunakuja kwako.
That's great. Asante.
Asante sana pia tumefurahia and we are looking forward to an interesting show and I heard your story na najua you will end up encouraging many moms out there.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
yeah, because at the end of the day tunataka ku-encourage moms pale in terms of parenting and all that. So ningetaka uanze labda kutuambia wewe ni nani so that people can get to know who is Jade.
Okay. I'm Jade Gishuri. I'm a pastor, I'm a counselor, and a mother of 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
3?
Yes. I'm a
So
mother of 3.
boys, girls?
My firstborn is a boy. He's about, he's 20 years old.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
20?
Yeah, he'll be 20
Oh my
in a few weeks,
goodness.
actually, maybe in 4 weeks.
You don't look like a mom of a 20-year-old.
Oh, it's the glory. It's called the glory. Anyway, I
Oh
thank
my
God.
God.
I truly do. The other 2 are, they're 17. I was going to say 13.
Wow.
I think I want them still at 13 years. So they're 17. They're turning 17 this year. They're in Form 3, a boy and a girl.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have 2 boys and 1 girl.
Wow. And how do you feel? Kiwaangalia hivi, you see, looking back at your journey, una feel aje?
Vizuri sana. Yeah, they're wonderful children. First, my children are a miracle. When I was 16, I was told I can't have children. So in my younger days of feeling free, I got pregnant, surprisingly. So that's like, then it was such a nice welcome. It was a miracle for me. And then after that, I believed God that if you can give me 1, surely you're able to give me 2. Wow. So I prayed for 4 months for twins. Yeah.
Well, so you had been told like, huwezi pata mtoto?
I had gynecological issues, many. So at 16 years, I was told that will never happen for me. Yeah.
And maybe kutoka hiyo time, how has your journey been in motherhood? You know, mi nasemanga motherhood haina manual. Like
That's
unapata
true.
mtoto mmoja, the experience yenye utapitia, ukipata mwingine, totally different experience. Kama mimi niko na wawili na siezi sema experience ya kwanza ilikuwa kama the other experience. So how has your journey been, for example, with your firstborn, a son, and also the twins?
I think the firstborn was more, because I was very, I've always thought I wanted, in fact in high school, when I was being told, I used to think I'll adopt, I'll have 10 children. Kumi, hivi. So, kupenda watoto, I've always loved children. Hata kama niko after high school, I used to do daycare in my house, where with my parents. So neighbors, if the house girls go, you bring your children. I remember having pails of different children's names for nappies. You know, those days there was no diapers. So by the time I was getting my firstborn, I was very excited, and I really think I really enjoyed my firstborn. I think my only drama with my firstborn was trying to get a house help. It's the only thing I hadn't known. Na wa kwanza akaniibia. I woke up and everything that belonged to me, not anything everything else in the house had been stolen.
Oh my God.
But the challenge with my firstborn that carried on to the next was feeding. I find I'm amazed at parents who are patient at feeding their children. I was not gifted that way. And I'm also not gifted in loving breastfeeding. So that was a challenge because I didn't feel the breastfeeding story. At ni lazima, the people glorify it, and I didn't find it like that. So that I can say was my big thing with when I got my firstborn. So I like telling young mothers, work with your strength.
Yeah.
Don't force it. Source for what is not your strength, but work with your strength. So I know I work, my only strength, place where is my weakness is feeding. So I never bothered, to tell you the truth. So even my Sunday was popcorn day. Popcorn morning to evening.
Oh my God, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
And now I know you're a single mom.
yes, I'm a single mom.
And I'll be interested to know maybe how long were you married, what really happened, how that journey has been.
Yeah. You know, raising children as a single mom has been fulfilling, interesting, but very challenging.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things when I hear women saying, oh, I don't need a man, I don't need a husband, I just have my baby and raise my baby. I think they don't realize how much they're also setting themselves up and setting up the children. So I think it's because I also believe it's not the order of God. It happens, and I'm not saying you can't be a great single mom. I'm just saying women shouldn't willingly choose it. Yeah, I know I can get bashed because of that, but it's but it's such a hard thing. So I got married to the father of my children. I'd been dating a few years, and he knew I wouldn't have children. Then along the way I got pregnant, but he chose to, I guess, to do the right thing, marry me, and I chose to do the right thing for my child, marry him. Should I have married him? That's why I've written a book. It's in a book, I'll share later, whether I should have married him or not. But I did it for, I mean, I loved him, but then also there was a pregnancy that maybe probably brought the whole marriage story closer and needful. But I lived with him for a couple of years before we did the wedding. But then I got the twins. But the fundamental problems that were the core of our relationship before the pregnancies were not erased by baby number one or baby number two, and also during our wedding, it just didn't erase the problems that we had. I think they compounded it. You know, they made it even more, you know, more aware. Like they became louder and louder and louder.
Yeah, true.
And my thing, which I have shared, I thought I could change him and I could change me. I think at some point I had to morph back to who I wanted to be, and he had to be who he wanted to be. We just couldn't be together. And the saddest thing is he also wasn't interested in the children. So he has never seen them. He has not, well, he has seen them in the years I lived with him. I left when the twins were 3 years.
3 years,
3
okay.
years. So after that, I think he just saw them 2 years ago after an event and or something that had happened. But he has not been part of their lives in raising them in any way.
Wow.
So that's how I ended up as a single mom.
Wow, you are a strong mom. I know it can never be easy.
I hear people say that, you're a strong man, you're strong, Jade. Actually, I really don't believe I am. One of the secrets of parenting that I have discovered that has really worked for me, and that's just not because I'm a single mom, is for any mom, any parent, is the value of, first the value of God in all truthness. I have anchored myself over the years. I hadn't anchored myself when I was getting married, getting separated. I was doing things my way. But when I found God, I started believing God for what he says about me. Especially one of the big things that I learned for single moms is this father wound story. So there's a thing in the world that if you are a single mom, you must have a father figure.
Father figure, yeah.
You must have a father figure. Like, so there's a time I had such serious pressure to look for a father figure. First, my brother, who's just getting into his life. First, you know, I started asking. Then I had to go back to God and ask God, you know what? You first has to father them.
True.
You must father them. And then for me to understand how God is fathering, I have to allow God to father me. So when God now entered my life, I was able to start seeing how he can father my children, for me to get peace. Because I was so sure I have damaged my children. This father figure, that story. Hey.
And also, I always say the society will always judge you.
Yes.
So kila mtu anatokea na story yake, oh you should have done this, you should have done this, bila kujua ile emotional, you know, emotional effect that that person has in her life already. Maybe ebu share na sisi the emotional part of it.
Of the raising the kids?
Yeah, after maybe the divorce, the separation and all that.
Yeah, you know, especially because they were very young. And one of the emotional big deal that happened was, even when I was married, my husband wasn't fully engaged, which was one of our big problems with either the children and I. But there was a way him being around allowed my children to still feel they belong into a complete family. The number one thing that hit me emotionally is when my children started asking, what do we tell people about our dad? You know? The second thing is they started saying, if dad was here, we would not be having problems of these financials, or like I'm lacking something. When they were younger, especially my youngest son used to tell me, take me back. The first year was very hard. He wanted, like, what do you mean we can no longer go to, you know, steers? No. The things that they used to think is because we live with dad. And maybe it's so, because we were two incomes, it allowed for luxuries. Now it was one income, he was not supporting. So emotionally, I was exhausted trying to. I remember one time coming home and finding electricity bills on my table. I cried. I was like, no, I still have electricity bill to pay. Like, it was the many times I was called for. I forgot about the water because I'm trying to balance. Now, when you have 3 children, you have 3 personalities.
True.
3 personalities. True. So I'm not going to parent them as a wholesome.
Yeah.
So I must become mother to firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, each personality, choleric, male, flag, whatever. Yani, then the tantrums.
Yeah.
So switching myself on and off from bad cop, good cop, bad cop, good cop, wore me out. Wow. Really wore me out. Yeah.
And what was your, maybe kitu yenye unaweza sema ilifanya change, you know, you ufikirie ukaione, by the way, this is a turning point, I need God. What was that?
That's an interesting question. I'm laughing because I'm like, should I say the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
The turning point was I was at a very hard place financially. I had been put in a very, very hard place financially. And then I was emotionally tired, we're in court with my ex-husband, and things were just really bad. And I had a guy friend, who was willing to partner with me in every way. So I had to make a choice. At that point I knew it's either I started becoming, relying on another man, and he wasn't a free man, if I may be honest. Okay, he was married. And then it's do I do this his way, like, or I remember it was to eat me. I can't even tell you, because I remember the day.
Women, we are good.
We are very good at remembering that it can be an anniversary.
Yeah.
So I had to choose, either I choose God's way or my solutions. Because the year before I left, one of the things I do when I counsel women who are preparing to separate or divorce, which I have a conversation before, is that I also took some time out to reconnect with God in a small way. So I really wanted to see who am I in God. Yeah. So I made a choice. That's the time I said, okay, let me try God's way.
This is it now.
Yeah, which I was freaking out because it was going to help. He was going to help in many ways. That's the number one thing that made me turn around to God. That I decided, let me lean on this way, because I had tried this other way. And it wasn't working, it didn't work for me.
Wow. And from hapo umeenda hivyo ukigrow to a point that you started motivating other people. Umeandika vitabu zako. Tell us about that journey.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest thing, even just to say about the book, the journey, is after I connected with God, the church I joined, I'm a Mavunite, as people like to say. I'm a member of Mavunite Church. So when I joined, I started connecting with other people and other Christians, and I joined a small group. And that was my first, one of the groups. I started not only the only group, but I have another group of women. And I started getting vulnerable now about where I am at in life. So I started allowing other people into my space. You know, before, when you separate and you divorce and you're raising your own children, even when you have not gotten married and you have your children, there's a shame the society puts on you. Then you start feeling guilty. So then unaanza kusema, I don't want to put this baggage of mine on anyone. So you tend to hold a lot for yourself.
Yeah.
But connecting with God allowed me to start being more open about my challenges. And before that, I had very few friends who knew exactly how I'm feeling. But the more I allowed people in, I started having a village around me.
Yeah.
I think that really, really was one of the big things that has helped me emotionally. Like, it's been an amazing support system. My parents are amazing. I must admit.
Wow.
I have amazing parents. They embraced me in... Up to date, they are just amazing parents.
God bless them.
I know. For real, I can't lie. I don't know. I've had stories.
Yeah, na najua maybe in situation kama hiyo, you don't know where to turn to. Na unajua si kawaida.
Si kawaida.
Kuna pahali utaenda kwa mzazi akwambie no. You shouldn't leave that marriage.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't do this, you know. But at least at the end of the day, mi husema, ile healing yenye mtu hupata from the inner self, that's the most important. That kwa sababu ndo maana hata siku hizi unaona cases mingi, mtu amejiua, mtu ameua mwingine, they are in marriage, huyu ameua huyu, because people are not even willing to talk, to open up. Challenges ziko mingi, you don't know who to talk to. So ukipata mzazi na huwezi enda umwambie shida yako, inakuwa ni another challenge.
Inakuwa ni another challenge.
Wow.
My parents have been amazing. God allowed me to have a great village. I think the other thing when even single moms and even moms, let me speak for moms, even when you're married, one of the big questions I think one of the I'm always asked is, how do you have conversations with your children, especially the boys, on sexual matters and dating?
And at what age do you start such conversations?
But the secret with children, I think, it's not a secret really, when every child, from when they are born, they have a sexual mind, because they already say, am I a boy or a girl?
Yes.
So we sexualize it, but there's a sexuality about the genders.
Yeah.
So every age, the question they ask, answer it relevantly, just age appropriate. But I've also told people, I've had conversations with my boys, even my oldest, I can't even believe this. We have talked about pornography. We have talked about masturbation gifts. There's nothing I shy away from talking, because I have understood I'm the first source of information.
You are.
So if I'm not open, the world will tell them.
Yeah.
And the world is still telling them. I just want my voice in there also.
Yeah.
So the other thing, even hata kama ni mama and you're married and unasema hiyo ni the husband will do, I always say there's a place where God created women and men. So we have a voice in every situation, just different views.
Yeah.
And everybody needs it. So I've put my children also in spaces where they see other men. They're involved in groups. My oldest child attends events geared for men.
Okay.
They go for forums where there's a conversation around, growing up as a man, as a woman. And then another thing, as a single mom, I have not isolated myself. I have not put myself just to hang out with single moms only. Initially, that was a thing. I remember,
can imagine.
because you also want to feel your safeguard. But then over time, it's not wise. Because it's good for them to be in a home where they're saying, actually, a father and a mom. So let me give you a story. When my youngest son was getting circumcised, my daughter was like, oh, so when my sons are getting circumcised, I guess I have to call my brothers, use their names. I looked at her and said, no, you'll be married. Like, oh yeah. So I am very much aware, because I'm a single mom. Yeah. My children might grow up with a view. This is the only way. I'm very much aware my boys might, if I don't have proper conversation with them, will grow up expecting the woman to do everything. Because they grew up seeing their mom doing everything. So there are small things that I must be conscious about, which is where you kind of get it, you know, it sounds exhausting, but intentional about that they must see both sides. I must process with them everything they see and learn. And small things like, I will not lock up my house if my boys are in the house. I will not remove things from the car. If me and my daughter here and our boys are there, if the gate is rang, whether it's in the night, none of us, the girls don't go out. Whether you're 10, even from when they're 10, go open that gate, you know? So there are small things that I'm very much aware that I need to allow my boys to engage in. And also my girl has a thing of, you know, boys. I mean, she's made a comment about her dad. Like, how can a man be on this earth? And then I said, not a man, it's just your dad. The other men know where
so
their
that you
children
don't give that
so that they don't carry that. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot, and I thank God because of Indio, the main idea show Malezi Bora, whereby we get to share our stories as moms, as dads, because mtu anaweza learn kitu from another mom, and I'm sure sahi kuna moms wengi sana na parents wengi sana wame learn so much from wewe with your story.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Maybe before tumalize, Jade, I want to hear about your dating
my dating
life.
First, let's talk about the book. Let me show the book. So
the heart is not so smart. Choosing a life partner is not only a matter of feelings, but of an empowered soul. Wow.
Empowered soul. So I wrote the book because when I looked back at my journey, I realized I've learned lessons and truths that every young single woman, well, in your 20s and 30s, let me first say, it's not for teenagers.
Yeah.
So as a parent, if you're listening and you want to buy the book, it's not for your teenage child. Yeah. It's content for maybe over 20 in campus and above who are single, and I've just shared truth about my past dating life that I feel led me through a pattern that brought me to a dating life of where I married the person I married. I've shared in detail a lot of my experiences. It's really an obedience to God. Nobody shares such secrets or such stories. And I mean, it's just mistakes I made or choices I made without knowing that they are mistakes. And then I've shared from where they came from. Looking back, where did this concept of the kind of man I'm choosing and what did I not know? Like one of the biggest things, most single women, by the time you're getting married, you have not understood what are your core values. So you're going along with life, you're 20, 25, so you have not sat down and said, I, Jade, value honesty, I value God, I value family. And one of, like now for instance, I value family. My ex-husband didn't. It was not a big deal, and only realized, I saw it when we were dating, but as usual, we can maneuver this. I can also change the scenario, but people are who they are. People are truly who they are. So if you already don't know how that is important to you, and then you get married to someone who truly, for them, it's not important, and they've not seen your view, because you never had the conversation at foundation, at your dating time, it will definitely bring some rocking. But I also like to say, it doesn't mean you can't change the relationship, but it takes two people. It takes two people. So before someone gets to commit into to a relationship, I ask the women to read the book, maybe learn something, 2, 3 things from my experience, and help them, hopefully, by God's grace, end up with a partner who is more compatible to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Because there's no perfect person, but there's compatibility that allows you to have a stronger foundation.
Yeah.
That, I mean, makes sure your marriage not only survive but thrives.
Wow.
So yeah, so my dating life is in that book. Because even with children, I remember I tried a few years treating. I've written it there. And the first time after my separation, divorce, which is ukweli, there's one guy I even shared in this book. I'd forget we had dates. Because I hadn't also healed, and I hadn't, and then I hadn't known how to be alone. I've shared in the book, I had not known how to be alone. Yeah, I had never had a season where
You are alone.
I'm alone. Like I have not had, yeah. So I had to take a bit of time by God's grace, and then, yeah. So now I'm open to dating, if that's your question. I'm not dating currently.
Actually, I wanted to ask, like, if from then, like, have you tried dating?
I have tried dating.
Are you open for a relationship?
No, I'm thoroughly open. I am open for a relationship. My children yo-yo about it. You see, I also talk to my children about it. And when they were younger, my children would pray about it. That's actually a truth. My twins were obsessed on praying for me to get married because they also wanted a daddy, and they kept on telling me, Mom, you need a husband, because of this love scenario they keep seeing. And then when you go somewhere, they're like, you don't have to keep doing maybe, like, I need a partner. It was so heartbreaking when every time. Then there's a season I wanted to get married because my children were feeling this father figure gap. And my daughter, who's more, we had a conversation where she was really crying and wishing she had a dad. And one of the other things I've done, I used to do with my children from when they were very young, immediately after we separated, we had a meeting every first Saturday of the month.
Wow.
And this meeting was for anyone to say how they're feeling, questions. It's why we discussed, should they keep their dad's name, because I'm not using it. Many things. What sentence should they have when they ask by other children in school, where's your dad? So we came up with a line, we agreed, this is a line you use. And it was a song. It was so that they also, because they wanted help. So I had to learn to process my children through it. Then I leave my house and go to my girlfriend's house or my mom's house and cry, oh my God, what have I done to my children?
No.
I have traumatized my children. But God has been good. So then they reached their teens now. They're like, no, Mom, you don't get married. In fact, just the way you are. Now when I'm telling them, now get married for me. You people, you're on your way, it's now. So, but we are open. I am open.
Wow. And what has been the biggest challenge that you say throughout this journey? Hii ndio challenge yenye kubwa sana yenye umekuwa nayo.
Wow.
A hard one?
Yeah, it's a hard one. Because they all, different seasons have had very big challenges. I must say one of the biggest one, and everyone thought it was one of the things some girlfriends said. I left because of, one of the reasons I left was also violence. Yeah, that also made me, it's always hard to imagine. I just never thought I'd be a statistic of violence, yeah. So one of the challenges that I have had was everyone telling me, because I have had financial struggles. Initially, I had one or two girlfriends who were like, you should just have stayed. At least there was money.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, now you left, I left to a house of 23,000, let me tell you, and the rent, I had a salary of 23,000, and the rent was 20K. That's how bad it was. I left, I just like, I cannot live, I would die. I was feeling like I was gonna die. I tell parents, you must be able to show your children you can thrive in the middle of problems. I think if you as a parent are saying, in honesty, we need to budget, and we can't afford that, but I'm not talking around the house looking like the world is ending. It's not ending.
Yeah.
It's just for today, for this time, we are not able to do A, B, and C,
Yeah.
but we're able to do A, B, and C. So it's for showing your children there's a note. So most parents, you come home because the day is hard, finances, boss, nini. So they grow up thinking like it's so hard.
True.
But surely, you must also show them that ni ukweli, we must work hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes things don't work out the way they should, but then there's
But life
life
is
in
easy.
it.
Yeah.
There's life in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imekuwa poa kuinteract na wewe.
Yes.
And I know you've been an encouragement to many moms.
I hope
And anyone maybe who might be interested talking to you, maybe you can tell us how they can reach you.
Okay, well, mostly if, let's say, if you're interested in buying the book, because talking we do a lot. As I said, I'm also a pastor at Mavuno, and I serve at Mavuno Church, the one on Mombasa Road. There's a Keliko complex. It's opposite Airtel on your way to town. There's a pub, a restaurant pub called Captain Terrace. We meet there every Sunday, 10 to 12, and I'm there every Sunday. It's the church I serve in. And also, they can also ask for the book if they want. Is it okay if I give a number?
Yes.
0700 21 30 30.
Again,
0700 21 30 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I would say for every woman single who really would like to get married in your 20s and 30s, they should read this book. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It
you for
has been
having me.
interesting
Thank
talking
you for
to
having
you.
me. Yeah.
I've learned so much.
I hope
and
so.
I'm
I
sure
truly
other
thank
moms
God.
out there have
Yeah.
also learned one or two things.
I pray so.
Na kitu moja muhimu sana umesema, let us learn to create our own happiness.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, whether single or married, at the end of the day, parenting, motherhood, it's a beautiful journey.
It's a beautiful journey.
Yeah,
sincerely.
which we are all entitled to enjoy. Kwa sababu usipo enjoy na watoto ni wako, surely, what kind of life
na
is that?
usigoje kuwa enjoy ati wakikuwa wakubwa.
Yeah.
Every age. Someone asked me the other day, are you missing having a baby? I said, no. I enjoyed myself when they were babies. I'm ready for the young adult to enjoy when they're young adult. It's not that I don't miss it. I really loved it, but your season ilipita.
Yeah.
So it's important to enjoy every season of raising your child.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So, guys out there, let's make motherhood interesting, whether single, married. It's a beautiful journey. We should create our own happiness with our babies. So that has been Mom's Story of the Day with me, Juliet. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.